going on YouTube? How is everybody today? It's good to hear. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling like I'm on the cusp of health or something. I'm like, ooh, is health coming around? Anyway, so today I want to talk about a band, an album I have a lot of affection for. The name of the band is Far. The name of the album is Tin Cans and Strings to You, released in 1996 on Epic Immortal Records. This is Far's debut major label album. Back in 1996, the genre was called alternative metal, but I read some newer reviews for this album, and it's called post-hardcore now, but genre is not really important. Far was formed in 1991. They're from Sacramento, California. They broke up in 1999, and they got back together recently in 2008. And they have an album slated for 2010, I guess. They're having an album. I don't know, it's going to take 2 years to make an album, but whatever. Apparently there's the new single that's out right now is a cover of Genuine's song Pony, Riding My Pony, and I listened to it today, and I don't know, it sounds kind of like a joke song. This is not really a joke band or anything. Like, they have like a degree of sense of humor on here. Like, they don't overly take themselves seriously, but they're covering Genuine's Pony now, and I don't know what to make of that, but very good band, very awesome album. I'd say this is probably one of my top 10 favorite albums ever. It's 12 songs, 51 minutes long, and what you get on here is like, you get your typical kind of, angsty, loud, fast, kind of, hardcore songs, a lot of screaming and stuff. But this album also has some, like, a lot of slow build songs, slow burners on here with that slowly build up into this big wall of, guitar noise, layering guitar feedback on top of each other. Some bloggers on here were calling this emo core, and it kind of made me want to mail a bomb to their house or something and have them killed. Like, I can see how they would say that, because Far has influenced a lot of new emo whatever bands that we have today. Like I doubt we'd have any Jimmy Eat World or Thursdays or any other of the 100 bands like that new kind of mall emo music that's going around today without Far's influence, without Far's laying the blueprint for it. But this was back in 1996. The genre wasn't as cliched. It wasn't all derivative music back then. This is very raw, very honest, very creative. This is the band that has a lot of genuine integrity. This is probably the peak of their career too. It's probably the best album they ever released was this one. This one had probably the most artistic merit, musically and lyrically to it. Very well written. A lot of heartfelt kind of music on here for sure. The production wasn't the highest either, even though it was a major label album. The production in here was pretty low, thank God. It wasn't horribly low, but it was still low enough to have a nice gritty feel to it. It gives it a nice visceral texture. There's a lot of hiss and noise and bumpiness and squeals and screeches and feedback from the guitars. There's a lot of amp noise going on here. It was very, very cool. Unlike a lot of the new kind of whatever emo hardcore music we have today, it sounds just so overproduced. And you can go to any of your local shopping malls and hear it played, and it's just terrible. They have such a bad time. But yeah, a lot of catharsis on this CD too. It's very cathartic to listen to, very moody. Like I said, there's a lot of those loud and fast songs in here, but I find the slower songs to be a lot more effective. They have a lot better kind of dynamic and range on it. A little more effective sound. What really makes this band special is the singer Jonah Matranga. I can never say his last name right. Matranga. He's got an awesome singing voice. He doesn't sound like one of those contrived singers who take vocal lessons, and he doesn't do that whole Cookie Monster growling thing like you get in Alexis on Fire and stuff. This is just very raw, a very genuine, honest voice. He's just he's probably a really good singer, very talented guy, but he's not all wussy like he would get with a Dallas Green singer or anything. He's got a very authentic voice to him, because he can do the guttural howls and stuff like that too, but he also does this very good sincere, quivering, kind of delicate voice on here too. But it's all very a genuine, a real guy's kind of singing voice, too. Very relatable. But yeah, and even the lyrics on here are very, very well written. Subject matter ranges to serial killers, to talk show TV mentality, and American lifestyles. songs about, like, this is a band that's even kind of in touch with their feminine side, because a couple songs are written from like the perspective of teenage girls and, like, you know, being disillusioned with love and life, and all like trying to fit in, and how people who are try the hardest to fit in are usually the people who can never really find any place to really fit in. They're the people who stick out the most. And there are just little cutouts and stuff. Album artwork on here is pretty interesting too. It says drawings along with the lyrics. Pretty interesting stuff. This is the song that's about American love and meeting a serial killer in talk shows, and then a lot of songs about just like how, you know, working 9 to 5 and what kind of lifestyle that is and how it kills you and it's stressful. All these songs have like all kinds of hidden meanings too. They can be pretty obtuse and abstract and, like, you know, mean different things to different people. There's a picture there of a guy who's very depressed and he has signs that are pointing to work one way and work the other way. Yeah, the lyrics on here are pretty good. I don't know what that is. Like angel wings flying with a tray of cookies out of an oven. I don't know. But yeah, lots of typical subject matter about love and like heartache and stuff too, but all sung through like a very intelligent way. Like nothing in here is contrived or cliche or anything. Like I said, there's a lot of sincerity, a lot of like authentic emotion going on in here too. Very good album. I'd recommend this to anybody who's into like any genre of like music. If you're into metal, hardcore, pop punk, whatever, like this is one of the definitive albums that helped shape music we have today, as bad as it may be. The music today we have is, this album is really, really great. I'd give this album high marks. The only thing I can really criticize this album for is like the way it starts off. Like the first 2 songs I hear are like one of those like loud and fast, you know, hard rocking kind of songs. I guess it's just doing that to try to get your attention, but really the real good songs on here are songs like Job's Eyes and like Boring Guy and Cutout are really good songs. Like I said, like the songs that are a little bit more slowed down have more of a little more, you know, relevance, a little more effective emotionally, and, you know, just keeping your attention. Like musically they're better, I guess. Blah blah blah. This is Farr's debut major label album, Tin Cans with Strings to You, released in 1996 on Epic Immortal Records. Very, very, I highly recommend the CD.